There is always going to be movement, but when it comes to actual entries and actual trades, it is just in crude oil and platinum. I found myself getting too overwhelmed when I would try to look for an entry in the 5 minute, but I'm trading the 1 hour, or trying to commit to swing trading, but then I'd continue to go back to the 1 hour. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about these 5 things that helped me become a profitable trader. The first thing that helped me become a profitable trader was narrowing down my watch list. The second thing that helped me become a profitable trader was committing to a time frame. The third thing that helped me become a profitable trader was alerts on my trend lines. Oh, that one was a total game changer. The third thing that helped me become a profitable trader was simply being more selective on my trades. And then the last thing was journaling my trades, seeing what I did as a whole to see what I did right, what I did wrong, and what modifications I need to make to my strategy. So let's get into it. Narrowing down my watch list. Now you can see over here the watch list looks fairly big, but when it comes to the instruments that I trade, it is simply these two. It is crude oil and platinum. These are the 2 instruments that I have traded all year. That goes to show that you can truly be profitable. You can be consistent in just a few instruments. There is always going to be movement. Platinum gave me so many opportunities. I had long positions and short positions all year in either direction. So narrowing down my watch list truly helped my trading. I wasn't looking for every single entry. I wasn't in multiple positions at a time. I wasn't overwhelmed by entries on 10 different items of the watch list, on 10 different instruments. So truly narrowing down my watch list and just committing to a few made a huge difference. Just simply getting comfortable with a few instruments is going to be so beneficial to your trading. You truly become in sync with the movement. You develop a relationship with these instruments. And I think it is only possible to do that when you narrow it down to just a few. Sure, maybe 3 could work. Sure, maybe 4 could work. Even 1 could work. Even one instrument, you could truly trade one instrument and be successful with it. I know that for a fact. That's something that my uncle has done in the past. For the most part, I have mostly traded platinum this year. I believe I've only placed 1 or 2 trades in crude oil, and platinum has been my bread and butter this year. So with all that being said, narrowing down your watch list is going to be incredibly beneficial to becoming profitable as a trader. Now that doesn't mean that I don't continue to watch or mark up different instruments, because I do. I want to be in the know of what is gold doing? What are the indexes doing? What are the indices doing? What is copper doing? What is silver doing? I'm always marking up my charts and continuing to watch and keep up with what these instruments are doing. But when it comes to actual entries and actual trades, it is just in crude oil and platinum. The next thing that helped me was committing to a time frame. I understand that it's going to be different for each strategy that you trade. Some strategies require multiple time frames for multiple different entries. Some require you to go down to the 1 minute for entries and then go back up to maybe the 5 minute or the 30 minute for trade management. But my strategy specifically, I did so much better when I truly committed to just one time frame. I found myself getting too overwhelmed when I would try to look for an entry in the 5 minute, but I'm trading the 1 hour, or trying to commit to swing trading, but then I'd continue to go back to the 1 hour. And when I truly committed to just staying in one time frame and watching what the price did in that singular time frame, looking for my entries in that time frame, my exits in that time frame, marking up my charts in that time frame, I became more profitable. I became more consistent. And I believe that you guys are going to reap the benefits of that as well. Last year, I had to commit to the 4 hour. I was in the 1 hour prior to. And then prior to that, I was in the 5 minute time frame. If you are moving up time frames, committing to it and staying true to that time frame is going to help you actually be consistent and be profitable in that time frame. Okay, guys, this next one is pivotal, was so huge to my strategy. You guys know that I am a trendline trader. I excel when we're in trending market conditions. I trade based on trendline breakouts. Trendlines is the whole of my strategy. It is the meat of my strategy. And when I found out that I was able to put alerts on my trendlines in TradingView, it was a complete game changer. I no longer had to be actively in front of the charts watching the price break out of one of these trend lines. I could draw my trend lines, set alerts, close the computer screen, and simply wait for the price to tell me when to get into my trade. It allowed me so much more freedom, so much more time, less time in front of the charts. It was such a game changer. I cannot explain it to you guys enough. I will show you guys what it looks like and how I do use it. So if you select your trend line that you've drawn on TradingView, you're going to hit this bell icon here. It gives you a ton of different customizations. You can have it alert once per minute. You can have it alert you once per bar close, once per bar, or just simply one time. Now you can name the alert. You can type up a title for it. There's an expiration date that you can have for it. And then here are the notification settings. You can have it notify you within the app, which I always have on. It will notify me on my phone. The toast notification will be if you are actively on TradingView. It will display the notification on the corner of your screen, on the corner of your chart. I used to have it send me a text and an email so that I never missed an alert. Now that was back when I was in the 1 hour time frame. I believe I did it for the 4 hour time frame as well at the beginning when I made that transition, but I no longer have it send me a massive amount of alerts. So I'm usually pretty attentive to my alerts. When I get an alert on TradingView, it'll be based on the app alert. I won't miss that one, but you can do a webhook URL. So there's a lot of different customizations that you guys can have on the alerts. All in all, the alerts was a game changer. So this could be helpful to you. Now, I don't know what strategy you guys trade or how you guys can utilize these alerts, but I can guarantee you the less time that you spend waiting for a setup or waiting for a trade or waiting for the price to do something, the better. If you can simply mark up your charts, do your analysis, and set your alerts and then close the screen and then wait for the price to tell you when to get in, best case scenario, instead of you trying to find a setup. Essentially just waiting for the price to trigger an alert and tell you when you need to get into a position was incredibly beneficial to my trading. The next thing was being more selective about my trades. Now I noticed the more selective I got, the more profitable and the more consistent. There are going to be plenty of trendline breaks. I mean, you guys know that. That's why there's such a negative light shed on trendline trading, is because there's plenty of trend lines, and then there's plenty of fake outs. And then there are plenty of times where price will only respect a trend line for X amount of time and then trend in the other direction. How do we truly narrow down our trades that we take or our entry criteria? And I went over this in a few of my other videos, and it's simply just waiting for that A+ setup. Does the trend line have 3 touch points? Does it have a week's worth of data behind it? When the price is breaking through it, how close is it to the opposing trend line? So truly narrowing down your entry criteria is going to help you. Being pickier about your trades, pickier about your setups, which leads me to my last point, and that is journaling. So how do you see which setups work better? How do you see which trades went wrong and how you can adjust and modify? And that is by journaling your trades, looking at your trades as a whole and seeing what things do I need to change. And through my personal experience, the strategy that my uncle taught me involved much more than what I'm using right now. I traded not only trendline breaks, but trendline bounces. I traded entries based on support and resistance and exits based on support and resistance. I had less structure or a system on drawing my trend lines. I would kind of throw them all over the charts. So through journaling and seeing what worked best for me, I was able to narrow it down to where I don't trade trendline bounces anymore. I simply will trade the break. I don't enter my trades based on support and resistance anymore. I will use them as confirmation. I had to modify the strategy that my uncle taught me to make it work for me. So him and I even trade different time frames. We trade different instruments. So I even had to modify the terminology that I give some of these trend lines. And you will only be able to identify that yourself by tracking and journaling your trades. What do these winners have in common? What do these losers have in common? What modifications do I need to make? And I was able to find through my trading, most of my winners are these trendline breaks, and then really narrow it down from there. These trend lines have 3 touch points. How close is the price to the opposing trend line? How much data is behind the trend line? So you can only gather that information by tracking your trades as a whole. These are the 5 things that truly helped me become a profitable trader. I think you guys are going to benefit so much from this video. There was incredible knowledge in this, and it's just something that I've developed over these past 9 years. Now, you guys are going to probably cut that time in half, much less. I had to figure this stuff out on my own, where I'm kind of giving you guys this information based on the trial and error that I've had to go through this past 9 years. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it helped. I know it helped. I know it's definitely going to help you guys. If you guys have any questions, drop a comment below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.